Alright, let's be real. Did you even remember daylight saving time was ending today? Or did you wake up, check your phone and think, oh wait, why is the time different? Because we all just lived through another round of one of the strangest rituals still around, and it might even be completely pointless. Just imagine it. Twice a year, millions of us change our clocks, disrupt our routines, and either gain or lose an hour of sleep. And it's been happening for over 100 years. But here's the kicker. This old tradition might be doing more harm than good. And it may not even be saving energy like it was originally intended to. So why are we still doing it? And more importantly, should we just stop? So in the history of daylight saving time is where we can look how this all really happened. So let's take a trip back to where it all started. Daylight saving time was introduced in the early 20th century during World War I. When the world were looking for ways to conserve fuel, the idea was simple. Push the clocks forward and spring to have more daylight in the evenings, which would save energy on lightning. And yeah, maybe that made sense. The most people had to rely on a candlelight or less efficient sources of energy. But here is the funny part. That was over 100 years ago. Today, our lives and our energy needs look totally different. We are surrounded by artificial light, we are using technology all the time, and many of us are up working, scrolling, and streaming way past sunset anyway. So does the daylight saving still make sense in 2024? So now here is where the things get a bit worrisome. So every time we spring forward and lose an hour, or fall back and gain an hour, it doesn't just affect our clocks, it actually messes with our bodies. Researchers have found that there are noticeable increases in heart attacks, car accidents, and even workplace injuries right after these time changes, especially in the spring when we lose an hour of sleep. Think about that 1 hour can cause a spike in serious health risks, and it doesn't stop there. This war back and forth with time disrupts our internal clocks, our circadian rhythms, and for days after the switch, people often feel groggy and focused and honestly just a little off. Kids, petty, they don't get it either. This twice-a-year clock flips impacts everyone in the household. It's like a version of a jet lag but without the fun trip. And here is where things start to get interesting. Recently, a lot of people and even lawmakers have started to question if daylight saving is still relevant. Some states like Arizona and Hawaii actually don't follow it at all, and countries like Japan have skipped it altogether. Right now, there is a bill in the US called the Sunshine Protection Act that could make daylight saving time permanent. That means if it passes, we would stick with one time all year long. No more switching back and forth. Imagine it, no more wondering if we are falling back or springing forward. No more confusion of what time it actually is, and the best of all, no more groggy morning after the clocks change. But not everyone is on the board with getting rid of it. Some people love the idea of extra daylight in the evenings, especially in the summer. That an extra hour can mean more time for outdoor activities, sports, and events, and others are concerned that having a daylight saving time year-round would make winter mornings feel super dark, which might not be great for kids going to school or people who have early morning routines. There is also nostalgic feel to daylight saving, a kind of quick tradition we've all lived with for years. It's like a strange little ritual that marks the changing of seasons. So should we end this clock changing cycle? So what's the answer here? Should we keep daylight saving and the twice-a-year clock change, or should we pick one time and stick with it? Think about this. We have a newer, smarter ways to conserve energy now, and people's health and well-being are being affected each time we shift the clocks. It seems like an argument for ending the switch are peeling up. So my final thoughts are here. I want to know what you think. Do you love the extra hour of daylight in the summer evenings, or would you rather just stick with one time all year and never have to change your clocks again? Are you a fan of the far back but dread and spring forward? Drop a comment below because I'm genuinely curious where people stand on this. And if you found this video interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into things that impact our lives every day. Some hot stories in the USA, the stuff that we don't always stop to question but maybe should. Thanks for watching, and let's see where we land on this daylight saving debate.